Every now and then, you come across a stranger who lets you know that there are people willing to help when all hope seems lost.
That's what happened in the case of a newlywed couple. 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig has the incredible story of their honeymoon heroes.
Here at Detroit Metro Airport is where Joe and Lauren took off on a Delta flight to head to a much anticipated cruise when they suddenly realized their honeymoon was in jeopardy.
I was thinking we were going to have to cancel or change our honeymoon, and it was going to be all my fault.
Newlyweds Lauren and Joe Fellwalk of Ann Arbor had just exchanged I do's in a small ceremony, looking forward to a lifetime of wedded bliss. Joe's sister drove the excited couple to the airport for a flight from Detroit to San Juan, Puerto Rico, where they were to set sail on a Caribbean cruise. But before they even took off, Lauren delivered a shocker.
My wife looked at me and said, "Oh, blank, I don't have my passport. What do we do?"
A lot of devastation for sure.
On Instagram, Joe began to chronicle the drama as they tried to figure out how to get his bride's passport to Puerto Rico overnight.
I would say about halfway through the flight, we realized that nothing that we could come up with on our own was going to work. And I kind of just threw a Hail Mary.
That long shot would involve a perfect stranger, one of the flight attendants named Dusty Dills. That's him crouched down next to the couple. And sure enough, Dusty came up with a plan.
Dusty told us, here's what I can do, Joe. I'm flying back to Detroit right after this flight. I'm turning around. So if you can somehow get the passport to DTW around 9 o'clock or whenever it is I land, I can then take it with me the next day to Atlanta.
Joe called his sister Jackie and she rushed the forgotten passport to the airport. Here she is handing it off to Dusty, and with his help and a few other Delta employees along the way, Lauren's passport made it to San Juan just in time.
I consider that the greatest wedding gift we could have asked for.
This was so much larger than me. During this whole process, it really taught me so much about the importance of teamwork.
And we made it on the cruise with about an hour and a half to spare.
Lauren and Joe had a fabulous time on their honeymoon cruise and can't wait to see a couple of special guests they've invited to their reception in a few weeks. Dusty and another Delta employee who was instrumental in making it all happen.
I felt like probably the luckiest bride on earth.
Having Dusty do all that for us really kind of instilled faith in me that there are still good people out there.
We have so many friends and family that have been following our story and are so excited to meet Dusty. So to just bring him and his fellow flight attendants into our community, I'm so excited. I hope we stay friends for much longer after this.
In Ann Arbor, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News.
How about Dusty?
Very inspirational. Just reminds me, though, you got to check off everything before you head out the door, right?
Yeah, you do, because you might not have a Dusty along the way.
You might not.